One thing I like about this channel is that it's a really good combination of people that have been here for a long time that kind of keep a lot of the people in comment section honest for me when I can't get there. But it's also a combination of lots of new people. I mean, a lot of times people come to watch this channel for a couple weeks, a couple months, and they'll say, Colin, I get it. And then they just come back once a week, whatever. But they're always sending people here. And I think that's the way trolls get here too. We don't really see trolls stay here for a long time. They just come in, say something, then all of a sudden a lot of people are on them going, no, this is what you said, but here's what the real truth is. And that's what I was thinking this morning when I got something from a troll about cops. We do a lot of stories about cops here. I started a new channel just for black violence, black harassment, black murder on cops. And anyway, so this troll said, well, Colin, I don't even know if it's true or not. I don't even care. They go, Colin, the number of black on cop murders is down this year. I guess that means everything you say about black on cop violence isn't true. The only reason if black on cop murder is down, that's more of a function of people and their aiming, not the intent. So every day, I mean, when we do videos here and when I talk to cops all over the country, this is happening hundreds of times a day. Cops are being harassed, threatened, assaulted, shot, sometimes murdered. That's black on cop violence. Oh, by the way, it's not just black on cop violence, right? It's like black on Asian violence. It's like black on women, black on young, black on old. But the cops are in particular target of black violence. And that should concern us the most because the cops are really our proxy, right? I mean, if it's not for the cops going down there and taking care of business, it would be up to you and me and all these people on this YouTube channel who say they're the toughest people in the world, and they've, if they had the time, they'd go down there and take care of this problem all by themselves. Anyway, let's see the latest example of black guy. Just yesterday, a black guy shot a couple of cops down in, I think, North Carolina. 2
City of Byron police officers have been shot.
It happened when the officers tried to serve a drug search warrant. A GBI spokesperson tells us the officers knocked on the door 3 times. When no one answered, they went into that house, and that's when someone inside started shooting. Both officers fired back, hitting the suspect. The officers were taken to the hospital. We are working to learn their conditions.
Overnight, we learned the suspect in a shooting that hurt 2 North Georgia police officers was previously charged with attempted murder. Channel 2 Steve Gelbach is live in Franklin County and Livonia. And Steve, you watched police collect evidence and tow away the suspect's car.
Yeah, GBI was here processing the scene all night, left just about an hour ago, where these 2 officers pulled that car over right here in front of Zaxby's. It pulled right into that first spot there, and then during that traffic stop, it was a couple minutes in when witnesses heard the shots. Around 8 Monday night, 2 Livonia police officers went to arrest a suspect after they learned this car he was driving was stolen.
I saw him get out of the car, and then I was going to go lock my truck just to make sure, and then I heard 2 shots.
The gunman, identified as 22-year-old Kahari Gordon, ran out of his shoes to get away. One witness thought one of the officers was also stabbed, and we did see a box cutter on the ground collected as evidence.
One of my buddies saw the man run across the parking lot closer to the drive-through area.
After a massive manhunt with officers from State Patrol and agencies all over Northeast Georgia setting a large perimeter, a search team finally captured Gordon around 3 hours later without another shot.
It's a wooded area, I think about 2 miles from here, actually on the other side of I-85.
Police did recover his gun. A manager at a nearby motel had a close call. He heard the shots and went outside.
And there was a man running across the drive there with a pistol in his hand, and he looked at me and we made eye contact.
Overnight, we learned Gordon from Greenville, South Carolina has a long criminal history, including an arrest for attempted murder. The GBI is handling the investigation and say the 2 Livonia officers should survive.
I do not think that their injuries are life-threatening at this time.
And the GBI does not think either officer got off a shot.
A Madison man will spend the next 22 years behind bars for shooting at police officers. 31-year-old Tommy Evans was in court today for his final sentencing. Evans fired shots at officers from inside a home last March. Madison Police Chief Mike Koval said he understands the pain for Evans' family, but also his own.
I do not want to see Madison as a war zone or every room as a trap. I do not want to view everyone with suspicion. It may sound trite, but I really do want to help people and serve my community. Today, I am still working on the Madison Police Department, but the questions, the conversations, and the worries continue. I don't know what the future will bring, but I do know that Tommy Evans forever changed my life. I'm just glad he did not end it.
Evans was convicted of several charges, including attempted first-degree intentional homicide and first-degree reckless endangerment.
And you got to check out this story from Minneapolis. You know we love doing stories on Minneapolis because there we see so much black violence and denial from public officials, reporters, the mayor. My two favorite Minneapolis stories it was just a few months ago when 100 black people were rampaging through downtown Minneapolis during a big parade. It might have been the St. Patrick's Day parade. They assaulted a lot of people. They assaulted 3 members of one family, 3 generations, a grandfather, a father, and a son. Somebody called up the newspaper columnist and they go, "Hey, what's up with all this black violence downtown?" He writes a column going, "Hey, why didn't anybody tell us there's all this black violence in downtown Minneapolis?" Which there is. Lots and lots of hipsters riding bicycles, easy targets. We've done the stories. Lots and lots of violent denial. So he's the one going, "Hey, how come nobody told us, this was going on?" to his friends. Well, he was the one in charge of telling us. And he and his colleagues at the paper, they are the ones that are in denial, deceit, and delusion about the level of black violence, black mob violence, black on white crime in Minneapolis. And the people that are the mayor and the chief of police there, they are at the top of the list nationwide for the mental gymnastics they have to go through to let people know that Minneapolis is a place for nice people and there are no black people terrorizing the downtown, no matter how many people are assaulted, robbed, murdered in downtown Minneapolis. Even in the Mall of America, this happens. And so what was supposed to be a routine, this is happening so much in downtown now. People are kind of, but it happens every year. It happens every year, and they always talk about it as if it never happened the year before that. And the latest solution is, well, we're going to hire 15 more cops. All of a sudden, all these people of color showed up at a council meeting and said, "This is an insult. Hiring more cops means nothing but violence against people of color." I mean, reminder, it's the other way around in Minneapolis. People of color are inflicting violence on the innocent, nice white people who live there. So, of course, when in doubt, go get the college professor from New York City. They got this guy from Brooklyn. Now, I know there's a Brooklyn in Minneapolis, so he might actually be from there. We'll see when we see the article. They bring this guy in and they go, "Well, police, this crime problem is not really a crime problem, it's a public health problem. And so we just have to have lots more programs." I guess we never heard that before. Lots more programs, that'll cure the public health problem. Isn't it weird how everybody kicks the can down the road? So we have a bunch of Muslims in foreign countries killing Americans, killing Christians, and we go, "Well, that's a threat to our national security." And somebody goes, No, that's really kind of a criminal problem. We ought to treat it like a police problem. Well, then you go to a police problem and they're saying, "Oh, we're treating it like public health problems." I don't know what when you get to the public health problems, then we're going to have people saying, "Well, it's all about sociology." Everybody's kicking the can down the road. Meantime, downtown Minneapolis is a center of black violence, black on white crime, black criminality, and violence and denial, deceit, delusion. And it just keeps going on and on and on until now, when it has reached insane levels. The de facto response when a cop rolls up on a black person in a black neighborhood now is harassment, defiance, threats, violence. What would you call that? The guy goes to serve a warrant on a guy and the guy starts shooting at him. How many times have we seen that? What about those two cops just a couple of days ago down in Americus, Georgia? They grew up together. So one cop's rolling on a call. His buddy, who's not even on his department, but was on a separate department, his buddy said, "Hey, I'm in the neighborhood. I better back him up." They both got killed. Now, Black Lives Matter and Colin Kaepernick want to tell us that the biggest problem in this country is cops shooting unarmed black men for no reason whatsoever. And we should apologize for that. When the number of times that happens is about this much, and the number of times black people are attacking cops is, bigger than this room. But every day we turn on the TV or radio or newspaper, and we hear that black people are relentless victims of relentless white racism all the time, everywhere. That explains everything. That's the greatest lie of our generation. How long have we been saying that? Long time. Talk about false news. Good Lord, how many times have we looked at these stories of that cause riots? They're all based on false news. All based on false news. Freddie Gray, the innocent angel of Baltimore. Michael Ferguson, the innocent angel. Ferguson, Missouri. Trayvon Martin, he didn't do nothing. The dude in New York who was selling some cigarettes. A kid in Cleveland, a 12-year-old kid in Cleveland, all he did was had a gun. Looked like he was shooting people with it. Oh, the cops didn't know it was a BB gun? Okay. I guess that's the kind of thing you would know too, right? At least you would say you know it, if your biggest concern in the world was not making the black kids angry.